It's story time, it's story time.
Es hora de el cuento.
It's story time, it's story time.
Es hora de el cuento.
Hi everyone, welcome to Yoga Day. Every Friday, I will be incorporating yoga poses that are related to the stories we've read. As always, let's begin in a seated position, dropping in and clearing our thoughts, letting go of anything that no longer serves us. Take long and deep breaths to quiet our minds and find stillness. This first pose is called mouse pose. Since they're so cute and little, we're going to bring ourselves as small and as close to the ground as possible. Sit on your heels, spread the knees far apart, and bring your head towards the floor. Your arms can either be stretched out in the front or by your sides, or hands underneath your forehead. Breathe into your back, feel your lungs expand and collapse as you breathe. Stay for anywhere between 30 seconds to several minutes in this pose. To come out, just gently press yourself back up into a seated position. This next one is called the kitten pose. Start on your hands and knees with your knees under your hips and wrists under your shoulders or slightly forward. Spread your fingers and press through the fingertips to keep your weight off your wrists. As you exhale, round your back, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin to the chest, and press the ground away from you. Inhale, come back to your neutral starting position. This pose is generally followed by a cow pose to warm up the spine, so let's go ahead and do a few of those. To come into cow pose, simply lower the belly on the inhale, lift your chest, your tailbone, and look up to the sky. Exhale, come back to your neutral tabletop position before moving back into your kitten pose. This next pose, you're going to come into a lunge. So bring your left foot forward and your right leg is going to come down. When you're ready, you're going to bring your arms out to the side and then inhale all the way up. Give yourself a gentle back bend and hold the pose for as long as you can. There are different versions of this pose. You can keep your knee on the ground with your tops of your foot flat, or you can tuck your toes and lift your knee off the ground. Whatever is more comfortable for you, just make sure you're breathing and slowly moving into your practice. With each practice, you want to make sure that you do the same thing you did to one side on the other, just to make sure you have everything equally balanced and equally stretched out. When you're ready to come down, you can slowly bring yourself onto your hands and knees and then rest in child's pose. Or, as we did earlier, mouse pose. This next one is called the frog pose. So you're going to start in a standing position and then slowly bring your feet wider than hip distance apart, making sure their toes are pointing outward. You're going to bring your palms together and gently sink your hips into the ground, making sure that your elbows are pressing into your knees, and make sure you keep your back straight. Palms together, chest lifted, and breathe. If this is too intense, you can always bring your feet in a little bit closer to the center and squat for a gentler stretch. Make sure to keep the spine straight and breathe. Next one is called baby grasshopper. It's a little bit more on the challenging side, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. Start off sitting down with your legs extended. Right hand out to the side and a little bit past your back. Bend the left leg and bring that foot to the outside part of your right leg. Shift your weight onto your hips. Grab your shin or your toes, whichever works best for you. Grab a hold and then point your toes of the left foot forward and pretend you're about to lift yourself up off the ground. Press your weight onto your heels and your hands and bend the right arm. Hold this pose for a few breaths and give yourself a little giggle. It's a little challenging, but that's okay. We're here to just have fun. So whatever you do on one side, go ahead and do it onto the other side. Start with your legs extended and bring your left hand out to the side and bring it a little bit behind you. Bend your right leg and bring that foot to the outside part of your left foot. Turn the toes so that they're facing forward. Grab your shin or grab your toes. When you're ready, go ahead and shift your weight towards that hand, press onto the heel and lift. This time we are bending our left arm and breathe. Man, that was a tough one. Go ahead and give yourself a high five. Come onto your back when you're ready. Take a deep breath. Let your legs extend out, palms facing up, and rest in your final pose. When you're ready, begin to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Rotate your wrists and your ankles. Bring any movement into your body. And then slowly bring yourself up to seated position. Legs crossed, eyes closed, palms together, thumb to the heart. Take this time to acknowledge yourself, acknowledge your space that you've created, and acknowledge your practice. Namaste.